Hi guys. Welcome to Romance Movie Recap. Today's romantic movie is the 2022 romance comedy drama Ticket to Paradise, starring George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Warning: spoilers ahead. Enjoy. The movie begins with two exes, David and Georgia Cotton, describing how terrible their marriage was and how much they cannot stand each other. They both describe how much they regret their marriage, which ended 20 years ago. Their daughter Lily graduates from law school and the exes have to attend her graduation. They were hoping not to sit together, but they ended up actually sitting next to each other and argued the entire time. After her graduation, Lily goes on vacation to Bali with her friend and fellow graduate Ren. While snorkeling off the coast in Bali, their tour boat leaves them behind, and they are rescued by a young Balinese seaweed farmer named Jeed. Lily and Jeed hit it off. During her stay in Bali, Lily falls in love with Jeed, and 1 month later, Lily emails her parents letting them know that she and Jeed are getting married, and she will be staying in Bali permanently. This means that she will be giving up her legal career. David decides to go get her, and it becomes a coincidence that Georgia also decides to go get her. They end up getting seats that are next to each other on the plane and decide to swap with someone else so that they don't sit next to each other. On the flight, Georgia meets her boyfriend Paul, who is also a pilot. He swapped flights with another pilot so he could fly his girlfriend to Bali. When they arrive in Bali, David and Georgia decide to come up with a plan to sabotage Lily's wedding and make Lily stop her wedding herself. They plan to act like everything is okay and that they are supporting her, only to influence Lily to stop the wedding herself. At Lily's engagement party, David tells Lily's fiancé Jeed that he sees Lily loving to live in Bali for a while. He tells him to enjoy the moment right up to when Lily will end their marriage, because Lily is ambitious, and she's endlessly curious, so she will eventually get tired of the marriage and want to move on. David tells Jeed that marriage isn't going to be enough for Lily. He also advises him not to have kids because kids make everything complicated. When David and Georgia go back to their hotel after Lily's engagement party, they find out that their rooms are next to each other. At night, David can't fall asleep, so he goes to the hotel bar where he meets Lily's friend, Ren. Ren asks him why he and Georgia divorced, and he tells her that life got in the way. They were so busy working and paying off debt and were tired most of the time. Soon it felt like they were not married at all because of the constant fighting. The house they were building burned down, and that was the final straw. The following day, there was a ceremony where the couple had to exchange rings. Since David and Georgia didn't want the wedding to happen, they decided to steal the rings. If Lily and Jeed don't have the rings, they can't get married. That day, the ceremony is cancelled. Instead, they all go swimming with the dolphins, where David is bitten by a dolphin. Lily also goes shopping with her mom and tells her how important it is for her to stay and get married to Jeed. At the market, Jeed confronts David and tells him he knows that he stole the rings and he wants them back. He also warns David that if Lily finds out that they are trying to sabotage their wedding, they'll lose her. After leaving the market, Georgia starts questioning whether whatever they were doing was right, which led them to get into a huge argument about why they divorced. The following day, Lily took her parents to the seaweed farm to help out. They ended up playing around and laughing with each other. David and Georgia were slowly mending fences with one another. David, Georgia, Jeed, Lily, and Ren later went out to a bar and competed in a game of beer pong, couple versus couple. David and Georgia ended up partying too much and sleeping on the same bed. They, however, did not do anything freaky. Later that day, David suggests that they all visit a temple called Tana Lot, which is believed to be cursed. Tradition states that any couple that visits the temple will never have happiness in marriage. At the temple, Georgia's pilot boyfriend Paul, who arrived that morning, proposed, but before Georgia answers, Paul was bitten by a snake and is taken to hospital. While at the hospital, Lily finds out that Paul proposed to her mom and told her that it was a bad idea because she's not her best when she's with Paul. She also told her that being loved is not the same as loving. They later go to visit another island, and David forgets to tie the boat properly, so the boat floats away, leaving them stranded. They decide to camp out on the island. Lily later finds the lost rings in her mom's bag and confronted her parents. She also found out that her fiancé knew that her parents were trying to sabotage her wedding. She storms off and leaves her parents talking. David and Georgia realize that they will lose Lily forever if they do not support her decision, and they decide to offer their support. Lily and Jeed reconcile. The following morning, Georgia and David talk, and David discloses that he still owns the piece of land where their house burned down. Georgia is impressed and they end up making out. They suddenly stop and laugh about it, saying that it's ridiculous and it couldn't work. They are later rescued and go back to the hotel where Lily got ready for the wedding. Lily reconciles with her mom as she gives her blessing. At the wedding, Jeed says he cannot marry Lily unless he gets blessings from Lily's parents. He pauses the wedding ceremony to ask David and Georgia to give their blessing sincerely this time, offering not to go through with it unless they agree. David stands up and says that the couple has their blessing, but that they do not really need it, and if he and Georgia had listened to all of their own detractors, David's friends and Georgia's parents, respectively, they never would have had Lily. However, their marriage turned out. They are both happier in a world with Lily in it. Lily and Jeed are touched, and they complete the ceremony and get married. Later, Georgia tells David that Paul proposed again, and David told her to say yes because Paul is a good guy. Georgia, however, decided not to marry Paul because it was the wrong time, the wrong place, and she was the wrong girl. Their relationship ended. David, Georgia, and Ren exchanged tearful goodbyes with Lily and board a boat to leave. David and Georgia consider their romantic prospects again, debating aloud whether they are too old to feel young again, and when they might return to Bali. The movie ends with David and Georgia both deciding to stay, and jumping off the boat to return to the dock. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and take a second to subscribe. It means the world to me. Thank you.